you're going to have your knees below your iliac crest. So you're going to have your knees here, below these bones here, because of the way that affects your breathing. If you need to sit up on something, get comfortable so you have a sustainable position. And again, just check your spine so you're not kind of pushing forward in the chest to sustain the upright lift. You've got enough lift of the chest directly above the pelvis. So it's not a spinal extension that enables you to sustain the position. So lift up a little bit on something if you need to. If your palms placed downwards, and bring the tip of the tongue behind the top teeth, and then the bottom of the tip of the tongue, the underside, rest that at the root of the top teeth. And as you inhale, spread the nostrils, get that flare of the nostrils as you breathe in, and let the jaw hang slightly. So there's a hang, drop to the jaw, and the muscles of the face switching off. We get space in the face. So the first phase is always awareness of breathing. It's like coming in and listening. It's like when you meet up with a loving friend, somebody you really care about. You listen. You want to know how they are. Did you sleep well last night? How are you doing? What's going on in life? And awareness of breathing is a little bit like this. It has many aspects to it, the way it changes the brain. There's a meditative depth practice, but also as a metric of coming in and saying, well, how are things? How are you doing? Tuning in to the web of information that the body is. And of course, if we think of this in terms of left and right hemispheres, it's a shift from left hemisphere, beta state, into the right hemisphere, dropping down into slightly more of an alpha state. So it's also a neural shift of attention and how we're operating. The right hemisphere being more connected into the body, into emotion. So we're tuning in and listening. And the breath is the great teacher. It is so full of information, or the ripples of information. Awareness of breathing is like coming home. And then from here into coherent breathing, into 6-6 inhale, 6 exhale. So we start to regulate the breath. Again, that's prefrontal cortical choice. Into the premotor cortex, into the motor cortex, down to the muscles of respiration. So there's brain areas that we're switching on as we come into this coherent breath. And again, as you're doing this now, you can check in and see if muscles that are being activated, is it just the diaphragm and the belly expanding, or is the chest involved in the breath? That's information. And again, you can, if it's the chest is involved, if you've got the chest opening up, the thoracic area opening up, the rib, the external intercostal switching on that 6-second inhale, it's okay, but it's worth noting because it's going to change the way your nervous system is working in relationship to the breath. So if your chest is active, what you might want to do is just calm the muscles of the chest, consciously calm the external intercostals, and then push the diaphragm down to the belly and consciously let the muscles of the belly relax. What might, if the chest is active, it may well be the muscles of the tummy are squeezing in slightly. So we can consciously relax the muscles of the belly on that inhale and come into that 6-6 breath through the nose into an abdominal breath. So you want to be checking where in your system is that 6-6 breath happening. Nothing is taken for granted. Consistent and continuous awareness. So the 6-6 coherent breath is in through the nose, tongue in place, jaw relaxed. Diaphragm contracting down, belly expanding, front, sides and back. So 360-degree feeling, front, sides and back of the belly, all opening in response to that diaphragmatic contraction as it pushes down. The pelvic floor, if you feel into it, is also pushing down. Just a moment to feel into all those structures. And the more awareness there is in these structures, the more awareness you have in daily life as you're going through your life, because the breath is responding to everything.